What's poppin' T Squad? It's me, Keisha, also known as Color Me Pink, and I am here with my all tea, all shade, Married to Medicine Season 8 Reunion Part 1. You guys know how we always do it. Let's break down the fashions. I'm going to place the pictures somewhere on this screen. So first up, we have a picture of Dr. Heavenly, child. Dr. Heavenly, this is her look. Next up, we have Quad Web Lumford, Anila, Contessa, Toya, Dr. Jackie, and last but not least, Simone, Dr. Simone. Okie dokie. So let's break down best hair, best makeup, best dress, meaning outfit, and then best dress overall. So best hair for me goes to Contessa. Contessa's hair was laid, honey. Loved her barrel curls. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Whoever did her hair, she needs to keep them on the payroll because they did the damn thing when it came to her hair. Next up, I love Simone's flip ponytail. Loved it, loved it. It was so useful. The edges was slick to perfection. The ponytail was laid to perfection. The hair was placed into perfection. It was smooth. It was sleek. It was shiny. It was everything that it needed to be. I adored Simone's hair. Worst hair for me goes to Jackie. Jackie's hair was giving me very brittle. It needed like a hot oil treatment. Her edges looked like mine. They needed to put a pressing comb in them edges. It just looked like it sweated out at some point. I just didn't like it. Also, worst hair for me goes to Quad. I hated the wig she wore with those chunky highlights in it. I just hate that hair color combination, period. I hate that honey blonde and that burnt orangey brown. It's just so gata, and it just didn't do it for me. Just did not like it. And her hair just looked dry. It looked like it needed some olive oil spray or something. I just didn't dig it. Worst makeup for me, no, I'm sorry, best makeup goes to Contessa. Contessa's face was beat to perfection. Contessa did not come to play with you hoes this year. Contessa stepped up her game. Her makeup was everything. Worst makeup, Jackie. It was just, meh. It really wasn't nothing to run home and tell your mom about. And then Anila's makeup was just too pink. It was too many different shades of pink, and the pink shades didn't complement her skin tone. It was all starting to look a little bruised. I just wasn't really feeling it. And on this picture in Pacific, it looked good from far away, but on camera, it did not translate well. Best dress, meaning outfit, I will say, of course, Contessa. It fit like a glove. I like the proportions of it. Love the material. It gave her a really nice hourglass figure. It snatched her waist in. The boobs were sitting upright. It was just chef kiss. Worst dress goes to Simone. I don't know what the fuck Simone was thinking. It was too many things going on at once with this outfit. You got the satin material. It's lavender. You got the stones on the sweetheart neckline. Then you got these church mother flyaway sleeves. I don't understand what was going on with this sleeve, child. Why would you have this flouncy sleeve? Then you got a regular sleeve coming through it with the buttons, like a bridal buttons going down the side, giving me like majorette. I just don't understand it, Jesus. Then you got the cinched waist. The waist and everything looked good, but it was just giving me best gospel album for 2021 at the BET Awards. I just did not like it. It was just country as fuck, and no. Best overall look, of course, goes to came through with a slam dunk. Hair, makeup, outfit, everything was on point. She did that. She needs to work with whatever team of people that she worked with at this reunion. She needs to keep them on payroll because they stepped it up. She looked sexy for once. She didn't look like an old woman. She really looked great, and I was shocked that I'm saying Contessa was best dressed. Like, wow. I mean, not Contessa. Lord Jesus. Heavenly was best dressed. Heavenly was best dressed. She looked fantastic. Worst overall look for me goes to Simone. I loved her hair. Her makeup was beautiful, but the outfit was just atrocious. Second up for me, I didn't really care about Anila or Quad's outfit either. Quad's outfit was giving me Forest. Literally, she was giving me Forest. Anila's outfit was giving me loofah. I just wanted to go take me a really good bath. Like, it just really wasn't doing it for me. Okay, so Anila's segment was first. And the subject of whether or not she paid the makeup artist came up, and she said she paid the makeup artist, but Toya rebutted and was like, no, she didn't. I got a text message from the makeup artist. Anila then said that she had receipts. Andy went and got her receipts and showed that she did pay. Now, the question of the night was, did she pay on time? Which Toya said, no, she did not pay on time. She then read the text message from the makeup artist that he sent to Anila asking and begging for his money. So at the end of the day, Anila, in this situation, you was dead wrong. And you don't pay nobody when you fucking feel like it. When you go to get a service done from said people, you need to pay them as soon as the service is done. That's why I stopped doing makeup for other people, because I just don't have time to be dealing with people energy and their funky hot ass breath in my face. They dry, peely ass skin. Like, ain't nobody got time to deal with all that. And then on top of that, you want to give me my money late? Girl, bye. You wouldn't leave up on my turn until you gave me my motherfucking money. Andy then asked Anila to rate everybody's outfit via hashtags. And when she got to Toya and said, hashtag U-Haul collection, I about near stop, dropped, and roll. That was funny. That was a good one, Anila. I was proud of her at that moment. Toya was like, watch yourself. She could do shit else. So Toya then goes on to say that Anila hurt her feelings and that their friendship ended because she asked her to pay her makeup artist on time. I think that it was more to that, though. I think it was the fact that, like I said, Toya was very rude to Anila, and the fact that she's allegedly was going around the neighborhood talking about Anila. So Heavenly says that Toya can't be so blunt all the time, and we all was looking at the television. Even Andy was looking at her like, ain't that the pot calling the kettle back? And Toya was like, you're one of the most blunt people on this stage. And even Andy was like, nah, Heavenly, like, girl, have several, like, please have several seats. Let me do this. Oh, wrong computer, child. It was just it was so funny to see that Heavenly actually was going to sit up here and argue with these people about somebody else being blunt when she's the rudest bitch, one of the rudest people on reality television, and I don't understand how ain't nobody slapped her and her dick suckers by now. So Anila says to Toya, you treated me like a puppet, and Toya was like, you can't blame me for what she called you, referring to Heavenly when she called her a muppet, not a puppet. I believe that Heavenly said that to be messy, and I also do think that Toya was very rude and condescending to Anila. She talked down to her, she belittled her. You just don't talk to other people like that. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? Simone then jumps in and says she did talk to you in an aggressive manner, but she does have a big heart. And even I have to say, give me a minute and back up sometimes with Toya, because you know her mouth just go a mile a minute. So Toya apologized to Anila, and they both at this point want to move forward, and they hug it out. And it was like, I just feel like the show and the people around them escalated that situation, because they really didn't have no reason to be beefing with each other for real, for real. So Quad comes out, and we find out, has a new home, and congratulations to her. She has bought her own house and everything. Toya's live that she did came up. Toya says that they talked about it the same night, like I told y'all. So Quad bringing this shit to the show was just for a storyline. A viewer then asks Quad, does she ever feel wrong for anything that she's done? Because on Watch What Happens Live, she said that Heavenly deserved when she went off on her in the comment section. And she was like, you know, everybody's flawed, this, that, and the third. But that ain't what we talking about, girl. Because Quad never really takes accountability for anything that she did. And I'm like, Heavenly, you gonna let that slide that she said that you deserve that shit? Like, that's how you know this shit is just a bunch of fugazi, fake ass shit. People have alliances for the show. They really don't like each other for real. Because if I really liked you, how can I go off on you like that and clown you and then next minute say we friends? Girl, this shit's so fucking fake. So Simone was like, we all know Quad holds grudges, so it was interesting that you let that go so quickly. Exactly. Like, this shit is just fake. So Quad was like, we all hold grudges, so you gonna quit putting that toe tag on me. Then Toya's segment comes up and she tries to cry, because did not now tear come to her eyes. It was dry as the Sahara Desert. But she gave us a SAG award. No, she don't even get a SAG. She gave us a People's Choice Awards performance. She was like, I was just having a hard time. And I'm like, Toya, girl, bye. So Toya says, you know, I would be laying next to my husband and he be coughing and I think he had COVID and he was depressed and nobody asked me what was going on in my life. Girl, that ain't got shit to do with why you was acting the way you was acting this season. Like, just keep it a buck. You was tired of all the fake ass bullshit. You had beef with motherfuckers and you came real hard. Just keep it a buck. So everybody was basically like, we all going through stuff. You ain't just the only one. Heavenly says you don't give a fuck about anybody. You're a bullshitter. Then she tell her, don't raise your voice at me. And this, that, and the third. And they going back and forth and they arguing. I just felt like Toya should have just copped to what it was. Like, I don't feel you hoes like that. I don't like the shit that y'all be saying about me. I say shit about y'all. We really don't really fuck with each other like that. So just it ain't had, I don't think it was really had nothing to do with Eugene and her thinking Eugene had COVID and all this bullshit. So Jackie tells Toya that she needs to be accountable, and Toya names all the things that she did wrong this season, and then Toya and Heavenly share a kiss. And so I'm like, come on now, like, this shit's stupid. So Contessa segment comes up, and Andy says, you know, do you think that Scott's cheating? She was like, today, no. I think he has too many conversations with too many people outside of our marriage. Contessa blew me this reunion because she was like being defensive, and it was just like, bitch, yo, don't be mad at us because your nigga cheating, like, because your nigga ain't shit, like, the fuck. So and then the fact that you gonna sit up here and say, not today, I don't feel that way, girl, you about a dummy. So Jackie was like, inappropriate relationships. And so Scott backstage, and he was like, ain't nothing inappropriate if you know who I'm talking to. Well, bitch, you so Jekyll and Hyde, we don't know what you doing. You sitting up here telling your wife that you got a fucking counselor that you talk to that's a woman and that you don't pay her. And then the next minute, you're saying there's somebody named Rick Thompson or whatever the fuck you said, and it was a man and it was never no woman. So who's to know with you, David Blaine? What the fuck? So Contessa was like, that has to be something that he deems inappropriate. The fuck you mean it gotta be something he deems inappropriate? Inappropriate is inappropriate. He ain't gotta deem shit, bitch. If you say the shit is inappropriate, then bitch is inappropriate. What the fuck is wrong with Contessa? Like, either Contessa just a damn fool, a fucking dummy, or she playing the fuck out of this role for divorce purposes. So Simone even buck in and was like, you know, if I tell you something is inappropriate, then you have to respect and receive what I say to you. And I'm like, period. So Contessa's like, how do you get someone to do that? I'm like, you so smart, you dumb. So Simone was like, I had to file for divorce. Like, it took me 5 years for Cecil to see that I'm not fucking playing with him. So Jackie was like, I'm confused by what Contessa is saying to Scott sometimes. I would imagine Scott might be confused by the message too, because one day she's upset about it, then the next they're on a trip. And I was like, exactly, like, which one the fuck is it, man? Like, stand on something or fall for anything. So Anila was like, when we wrapped, y'all were on a trip. And Contessa's like, because we're married and we have 3 kids. Should I just be mad all the time? Well, look at her, bitch. Don't come crying to us if you gonna sit up here and be defensive. The fact that you got 3 kids ain't got nothing to do with you out here caking with your nigga all on Instagram, acting like y'all hunky-dory and everything, and you know your nigga might be over here cheating on you and disrespecting you. Like, don't bring your kids into this, ma'am. Ooh, I hate when people try to act like, well, I got kids. I got kids. Would you rather for your kids to be around 2 healthy parents that are not together, that can, you know, co-parent them and give them stability, and not having to be around that energy? Because kids see it, they feel it, they hear it. Come on now, be smart. So Toya was like, you said you wanted your kids to respect you as a physician, then you should show them that my husband has to respect me. Especially since the fact that you have girls and you have boys. Like, you're showing them how relationships are supposed to be. They're looking at you as the first example of what a relationship is supposed to look like. And believe it or not, we take what we see in the home and we emulate it in our relationships until we learn and know better, hopefully. So Contessa was like, so leave them. And it was like, has the divorce word came up yet? And so Contessa's sitting there and she was like, you know, I just want to thank all my friends for not saying nothing, but any of them up here could answer that. And so she just sitting there quiet. And here come Quiet, being the spokesperson. And she was like, we both certainly can. Contessa has moved forward with filing. She filed for a separation. Meanwhile, Scott in the back talking about, so I'm gonna leave if she talking this shit, because it's a sneak attack. Like, he didn't know none of this shit was going on apparently. And I'm like, how she filed for a separation and he don't even know nothing about it? Or maybe he did and didn't think she was gonna bring it up. I don't the fuck know. So on next week's episode, he gonna come crashing the party and further bullying her. I'm just over Contessa. She a dumb hoe. I don't give a fuck about her and her ugly ass husband, that funny looking bastard. You gonna let this funny looking ass nigga play you, this Poindexter looking motherfucker? Girl, goodbye. Overall, I give reunion part 1 a C minus, because it really didn't get good until the end. All the beginning stuff was just stupid shit, man. I felt like Lisa, Nicole, and Kari should have been included because they really helped this season out. Yeah, all the other stuff was just superficial, surface level arguing, beefing, and at this point I just feel like they need to like switch up the cast on, because a lot of these so-called beefs ain't really that. They doing this shit for the show, because how you dogging each other, cussing each other out, calling each other bitches, talking about each other husbands and families and houses, and then you want to get on this show and then hug it out and kiss and shit. That ain't real life. That is not real life. I just feel like they need to switch the cast out, keep 3 of the old cast members, and bring in like 4 new bitches and just start over from scratch. It's time. We 8 seasons in. Time to switch this shit up. Let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode. Let me know who was your best dress at the reunion, who was your worst dress. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.